3 years ago, I watched my friend panic sell everything during a market crash while my portfolio stayed steady. The difference? These 5 ETFs that I'm about to share with you today. While most investors are gambling with individual stocks, smart money is building fortress-like portfolios with just 5 simple moves. By the end of this video, you'll have the exact blueprint that took me years to perfect. Hit that like button if you're tired of complicated investing advice, and let's dive into the 5 ETFs that could change your financial future forever. ETFs, or exchange-traded funds, are the best way to build a foundation for your portfolio, and they're the easiest way to diversify whether you want to be hands-on or hands-off. Whether you're a growth or dividend investor, high risk or low risk, ETFs are for you. There are more than 14,000 ETFs globally, according to BlackRock, and they can be built very differently. You could have sector-specific ETFs, dividend ETFs, growth ETFs, small, mid, large cap ETFs, and the list goes on. Today we're talking about a 5 ETF portfolio that's built to last, a diversified portfolio where each fund feeds off one another. Make sure you stay tuned throughout the entirety of this video so you don't miss one of them. And before we unveil them, show your appreciation by clicking that subscribe button. Let's start with ETF number 1, the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF with stock ticker VOO. Think of this as the foundation of a skyscraper. Everything else we build depends on this bedrock being solid. This is a top position for me. Following and tracking, gaining exposure to 500 of the best companies here in the US, all weighted based on size. There are different ETF routes to go, not just VOO. There's IVV, SPY, and the likes of SPLG, all of them tracking the S&P 500. You can't go wrong with any of them, but VOO is the largest in terms of assets under management, and we're talking about $1.4 trillion. That's more money than most countries' entire GDP. In terms of performance, over the past 12 months, they are up 9%. And year-to-date, the ETF is up 2%. The top holdings include all the big names you're familiar with, Microsoft and Nvidia, which have been flip-flopping over the past few months for that number 1 spot, followed by Apple, Amazon, Meta, Broadcom, Alphabet, Berkshire, Tesla, and JP Morgan. The top 10 stocks account for nearly 35% of the entire ETF. The S&P 500 was intended to be diversified. However, over the past few years, we have seen larger and larger exposure to technology. Taking a look at the sector breakdown, technology accounts for more than 30% of the entire ETF, followed by financials at 14%, healthcare at 11%, consumer discretionary at 10%, and communication services at 9.5%. Now, a lot of people will say, why not have VTI, which is a total market index, be your largest position? But as Warren Buffett says, and I tend to agree, you can be over-diversified. I don't need exposure to 2,000-plus stocks. I want more exposure to the top companies here in the S&P 500. That's what I get with VOO, quality over quantity. I want the champions, not the bench warners. That leads us to ETF number 2, the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF with stock ticker SCHD. While everyone chases the next Tesla, this ETF has been quietly paying investors and growing those payments year after year. It shouldn't surprise you to see SCHD on this list because it's my favorite dividend ETF. If you like high yield, you like SCHD. If you like dividend growth, you're going to like SCHD. And if you're looking for a great complement to a tech-heavy portfolio, you're going to like SCHD. After all, it balances my portfolio and checks off a lot of boxes. Let's take a closer look at this stabilizer, which currently has assets under management of $70 billion. Over the past 12 months, shares are up roughly 3%. Year-to-date, however, down 2%. Now taking a look at that juicy dividend, which currently yields 3.86%, they have a solid 5-year dividend growth rate of 11.4% and 13 consecutive years of dividend growth. This is the triple threat. High-yield lovers, dividend growth seekers, and tech-heavy balance seekers all love this fund. Looking at the sector breakdown, we see the top sector includes energy at nearly 20% exposure, consumer staples at 19%, healthcare at 14.7%, and then technology at nearly 11%, followed by industrials at 10.9%. The top holdings include ConocoPhillips at the top, followed by Coca-Cola, Texas Instruments, Cisco Systems, Verizon, Altria, Lockheed Martin, Chevron, The Home Depot, and Amgen. The ETF has about 100 total holdings, with the top 10 accounting for 41%. With SCHD, you want to know what you're investing in and why you're investing in it. We're not investing in SCHD so that it's the top performing ETF in our portfolio year in and year out. No, it balances things out, gives us income, growing income, and when times get tough for those tech-heavy, growth-heavy sectors, SCHD is there to pick you up. It's your insurance policy. Now let's look at ETF number 3, the Invesco QQQ ETF with stock ticker QQQ. When it comes to building wealth long-term, I'm a big believer in having a diversified, well-balanced portfolio. VOO gives us that diversification to a degree. SCHD balances it out even more, but QQQ ratchets up the growth factor. Want to build serious long-term wealth? You need this growth multiplier. Let's take a closer look at QQQ, where they currently have assets under management of nearly $340 billion. Over the past 12 months, shares are up 9%, and year-to-date up 3.5%. When it comes to dividends, you're not really investing in QQQ for any sort of income, as the yield is just 0.6%. This is pure growth acceleration. Moving to the sector breakdown, at the top it should be no surprise. Technology accounts for more than half of the entire ETF, followed by communication services, consumer discretionary, consumer staples, and healthcare. Taking a look at the top holdings, which are going to be tech-heavy, they are led by Microsoft, Nvidia, Apple, Amazon, Broadcom, Meta Platforms, Netflix, Tesla, Costco, and Alphabet. The ETF has a total of 100 holdings, with the top 10 accounting for 50%. That means you better love the top 10, because that's where half your money is going. Again, VOO and QQQ are definitely going to give you that top-heavy growth factor, technology-heavy, which speaks to the importance of SCHD balancing that out. Now, if you're someone that likes to do options like myself, QQQ is a great ETF and your playground for that. But here's a pro tip. If you're looking to just build a long-term position and you're not trading options, invest in QQM instead, because it's the same thing with a lower expense fee. That brings us to our fourth ETF, the Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF with stock ticker VYM. This is going to balance things out even more and diversify us, giving us what we're looking for in terms of building long-term sustainable wealth. QQQ and VOO are definitely going to give us that growth factor and the tech-heavy position, but SCHD and VYM are going to help mellow that out. When it comes to how VYM is built, they're obviously investing in dividend-paying stocks with higher dividend yields, higher than the average. So you're not going to see the likes of Microsoft, Apple, and Visa, who have dividend yields of 1% or less. They skip the 1% dividend payers and go for the real income generators. VYM has assets under management of $73 billion. Over the past 12 months, shares are up 8.7%. and year-to-date up 2%, so keeping up with the S&P 500 not only this year, but also over the past 12 months. The goal here isn't for fast growth, it's more defensive diversification and income. Taking a look at the sector breakdown, we see at the top is financials, followed by healthcare, technology, consumer staples, and industrials. Looking at the top holdings, you're going to see a lot of names that weren't on the other top holdings lists, which is exactly the goal of what we're trying to do here. The top 10 include Broadcom, JP Morgan, Exxon, Walmart, Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, The Home Depot, AbbVie, Bank of America, and United Health. Notice how these top holdings are completely different from our other ETFs. That's the point. The ETF has 590 total holdings, with the top 10 accounting for just 25%, much more spread out than our other funds. The dividend currently yields around 2.8% with 14 consecutive years of dividend growth. Because they focus on higher-yielding stocks for the most part, they tend to not get a lot of dividend growth, but that goes back to the importance of SCHD. It has a higher yield than high-yield focused ETFs and faster dividend growth than dividend growth focused ETFs. Now here comes ETF number 5, and this one may surprise a lot of you. The iShares Bitcoin ETF with stock ticker IBIT. I know this isn't going to resonate with all of you, and we don't talk much about cryptocurrency on this channel, but hear me out. This one's going to upset some of you, but if you're looking for some exposure to Bitcoin without having to actually hold it, without the wallet headaches, then why not invest in an ETF with a low expense fee of 0.25%? In this list of 5 ETFs that we're going through, they're not intended to be equally weighted. If anything, go in the order that I showed them to you. S&P 500, at least in my portfolio, is the highest weighting in my entire portfolio, followed by SCHD. Then you can look at more growth with QQQ, followed by VYM, and then if you want some exposure to Bitcoin, maybe a little IBIT as your smallest holding. Why invest in IBIT? Well, it's going to give you that exposure to Bitcoin, not other cryptocurrencies, but strictly Bitcoin. Over the past year, it's up more than 60%, year to date up 11%, and again a low expense ratio at just 0.25%. The ETF has grown pretty quickly, now having assets under management of more than $70 billion. There are no sectors, there are no dividends, there are no stocks. IBIT invests strictly in Bitcoin. If you have followed the crypto market for any amount of time or just Bitcoin price, you know that what this is going to bring is volatility. The Bitcoin pricing can change on a dime. You could be up 10% and down 10% pretty quickly, so make sure you manage how much risk you're willing to take. This is your wild card, your game changer, but it's not meant to be your biggest holding. So there we just looked at 5 different ETFs that I believe can be foundational positions within your portfolio. They don't have to be the largest 5 positions in your portfolio, but having these 5 ETFs in your portfolio in some shape or form, I believe are going to be fantastic for your returns over the long term. Here's exactly how I stack them. Not equally weighted. The order of importance is VO as your largest holding, then SCHD, then QQQ, then VYM, and IBIT as your smallest allocation. Watch how they feed off each other during different market conditions. When growth is flying, QQQ and VOO lead the charge. When markets get choppy, SCHD and VYM provide stability and income. When traditional assets struggle, IBIT might provide that uncorrelated boost. Together, they create something stronger than any individual ETF could provide alone. In the comment section down below, let me know what are your top 5 ETFs. If you had to choose 5 ETFs, maybe it's a few on this list, maybe it's not. Let me know down in the comment section. I read every single one and would love to hear your thoughts. These 5 ETFs took me years to research and perfect. And if this saved you hours of research, smash that like button. If you haven't done so, please show your appreciation for these videos by subscribing to the channel for more portfolio strategies that actually work. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. Investment performance shown is based on historical data and projections. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Always conduct your own research and consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Thanks for watching.